Hi, thank you for choosing the video. Today I want to speak about how you think it's cool to be a fool when you're young. When you're young, you don't want to listen to anyone. Advice just goes in one ear and out the other. I want to save you a lot of time in going in and out of police stations, going in and out of court, going in and out of probation, going in and out of community service, and going in and out of jail. See, when you're young, you think that acting a fool and rebelling against any rules, you think it's cool. So certain people, they bunk school thinking they're cool. Certain people will be loud and laugh when the teacher's talking and stuff and not be doing any work in class or whatever. Certain people, while people are studying and stuff or learning in class, they'll be out, either outside the school somewhere, burning weed or smoking cigarettes. Some people, if they're in college, they never go classes. They'll be the college common room playing blackjack. When you're young, you think it's cool to be a fool. But you know what's not funny? When you see certain man from roadman, who, when you were young, they had big name on road, they had big reputation on road, and then you see them a few decades later outside a betting shop, in a mental home, doing double figures in jail, homeless. Can't even speak properly, because drugs have messed them up. It's not so cool. And you see, when you live this lifestyle, while everyone's going to school, while everyone's going to college, while everyone's going to uni or learning a trade or trying to turn what they love into a career by monetizing it or something. You see, when you're this person who's always bunking school, always laughing in class, always, playing blackjack in the common room or cards in the common room or just chilling out in the common room while everyone's in class. You know what's not funny is that not too long, it may seem when you're in your teens and when you're in your early 20s, you think, that 40, 50, 60 is far away. You think it's far away. But anyone will tell you, as you get older, when you're in school, time goes very, very slow. When you're in secondary school, it goes slow still, but not as slow as before. When you're in college and so forth, it's slower, but not as slow as school days. But in between leaving college, things speed up really, really quick. And the years start going as fast. The months start going, years seem like months. And months start seeming like days. And it goes quick. Now, I'm telling you, certain of the people, whether you're in secondary school, whether you're in college, or just after college, certain of these people know road with these big names, whether it's to do with violence, whether it's to do with gangs, whether it's to do with crime, whether it's to do with being a gallus or player. You're going to see some of these people in 10, 20 years' time. And because these people were always taking shortcuts, let me give you an example. You got people going to school and they're doing good in their school. Now, certain few people will call them squares, they will call them dorks, they will call them, boring, they will call them like goody two shoes. So these guys are going to school, they go to school, they go normal school, they go secondary school, they go college. While you've got other people, like I said, they're bunking school, they're smoking weed, they're going around to a friend's hostel, or just chilling out on a busted wall on the ends on the or council estate, burning weed, listening to tunes. That's all day. Burning weed all day. Where's it? Joking around all day. Now this person is going to either going to, college, or learning a trade, doing an apprenticeship, or going going to college and then going uni, or trying to turn their passion into like a job. Yeah. But these men are just by the wall every day smoking, you know what I'm saying? Like checking girls that walk past. What is it? Listen to tunes, talking about council estate beefs, talking about where is it? Talking about rappers beefs, in this country and in America. And just the same day, every day they're just like living, just taking shortcuts, not going to school, not going to college, not trying to learn the trade, not working, not nothing. Just 24/7 chilling, laughing, joking, chilling, laughing, joking, smoking, chilling, laughing, joking, smoking, listening to music, just every day like a council estate groundhog day. But what happens is while these people are going to school, while these people are learning their trade, while these people are at university or trying to monetize their passion, yeah, these people and sacrificing and living disciplined lives and focusing, these other guys are just distracted. So 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, when these guys could no longer sell weed, could no longer do crime, could no longer are getting too old for this gang stabbing thing, fighting thing, rushing thing, gun thing, or whatever. There's gonna get age when their mothers die, their fathers, if their fathers are in their life, die. Their mother's house is not there anymore. So then what happens is that they're forced now, because you can't, when you get to a certain age, you can't be doing robbing secure vans. You can't be doing, smashing, grabbing jewelry shops. You can't be robbing off license. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get to a certain age where you're going to be too old to sell weed. Or it never worked out for you, because when you got the weed, all you did is smoked it, and got into debt, you know what I'm saying, and so forth, because or not being able to shut it because you were just smoking it all the time, and you know what I'm saying, you weren't constructive. And I'm not saying you should be a smart weed seller and you should be disciplined and this, that, and the other. That's a whole different video, but I believe weed is one of the worst things out there. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to say, making you, these people that you see now, when people are going to class or studying or trying to make a way to provide, whether it's through work, retail, whether it's through doing a trade or monetizing their passion. And these people are just taking shortcuts. They're not going to school, they're not going to college, they're not going to university, they're not trying to monetize whatever they like or do what their life is like, they love as a job or whatever, and so forth. Then what you're going to find is, it may seem far away, but it's not. And when you see them in 10, 20, 30 years time and so forth, and they bunk school, so they got no qualifications, they never went college, so they didn't have anything to add on to what they wanted to do. They didn't try and learn a trade or learn a skill that could aid them. They were just everyday bunning, listening to tunes, laughing and joking, listening to music and talking about rapper beefs and council estate beefs. they will come at age where they'll be forced. Yeah, they will be forced because they've got to earn money. Because maybe their mother's mother dies, and um, was it the house she was renting from the council goes, or where is it? They get kicked out because their mother won't deal with their bunning weed and not doing anything all day, or they need money. They need money because basically they're not making money from crime or from drug dealing or whatever. There's gonna be a time when they're gonna be forced, yeah, to work like everyone else, yeah, and then it's gonna be really hard for them because when you're forced as a 40, 50, 60-year-old person, yeah, to go in and work with 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19, people in their teens, early 20s and so forth, then and you're gonna have to, all that big name you had on the road, that, what is it, that pride, that ego you had and so forth, yeah, if you don't put that aside, yeah, then it's gonna be problems because at the end of the day, if you don't work hard when you're young, you work hard when you're old. Yeah, so the whole thing is this, is that the people you look up to now, I'm just saying this video is for two sets of people. It's for the kids or the youth that are basic, or the young men, yeah, that are going to school and doing the right thing, getting an education, learning a trade, trying to monetize their desire, their love. It's for them to not be disheartened when you're going to class or you're going to university and people call you a square or a dork or a waste man or boring or goody two shoes. And it's also for those young people that are starting to get on road who don't listen, just goes in one thing, one ear out the other. I've been in, I can't remember how many times I've been in a court. I can't remember how many times I've been probation or how many hours community service. I think I've done over 1,000 hours community service. I've been in jail. Yeah, and I'm just telling you, you you think it's cool to be a fool when you're young and breaking all the rules and just rebelling for no reason, just rebelling against the classroom, rebelling against the law, rebelling against your mother. Most of us are raised in single parent families, rebelling against everything. Rebelling, just breaking people's window. You're walking with your friends late at night, you decide to throw a brick through someone's window who came from maybe another country, worked hard to build up that shop. He's sending money back to his people that are in real poverty, or and so forth. And just because you want to be antisocial, you graffiti up someone's shop, you smash throw a brick through their shop and run away, yeah, just for giggles. The thing is this, yeah, there's already been hundreds, there's already been thousands, there's already been tens of thousands of youth, yeah, that have gone down this path of just, You know, some people think it's cool to be, you know, to be like robbing, you know, a designer shop on a broad daylight, to get caught by police, put handcuffs put on you, yeah, in front of everyone's looking at you, shaking their head in shame, and you're arguing with the police, and it's like swearing and this, that, and the other. They're saying like F the police and all this, and you think it's good to be a rebel, you know what I'm saying, running down the street with like people's stolen property and stuff like that, and stuff in broad daylight and stuff. Like you think it's good because of the tunes you listen to, your friends are encouraging you to do it, the elders in the gang are encouraging you. You think it's good to be on the high street in broad daylight, to just be antisocial, to be a criminal, to be like to be running through people and just knocking people over and stuff. You think it's cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool if your mother was just walking down the street, yeah, and then you, I don't know, you either done a smash and grab the drawers, and you're running out and you barge your some old age woman over, or some old man with a stick over. That's someone's mum, that's someone's auntie, that's someone's uncle, that's someone's relative. But I'll tell you this, yeah, even though most of you are not going to listen. It's very soon, yeah. If you take all these shortcuts, you bunk school, you bunk college, yeah. You just spend your whole of your 20s and 30s, yeah, yeah, just bunning weed every day, just linking up with the man, them hanging out on the bus day, council state wall, just chatting, busting joke, chatting about rapper beefs and council state beefs, and just living the same Groundhog Day over and over and over and over and over and over again. 10 years is not as long as you think. 20 years is not as long as you think. And at some stage you're going to be forced, yeah, back into the system to work. And it's going to be so hard it's going to be so hard, yeah, if you're just used to every day just being easy. Because, and the worst thing is that when you've been a bad boy or rude boy or whatever and so forth, and you had this big name and so forth, and you may have to go and work, you know, at Tesco's or Sainsbury's, and there's nothing wrong with that if it's your choice. If a person loves working at Tesco's or Sainsbury's or any of these other retail jobs, whether it's JD or Full Up, that's no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? As long as if it's your choice, because there's certain people that work at these places, they love it, but they've been working for 10, 20, 30 years and so forth, but it's their choice. But with you guys, with you guys who have been just like chilling out every day, you know, at someone's hostel or on the ends, like for 10, 20, 30 years, just smoking, bunning, this, that, and the other, when you're forced to work alongside 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 16, 17, 18, and so forth, yeah. And then what happens is that you're working in there, and then certain of the people that used to hear about your name, you know, on the streets and so forth, are now, you know, older, you know, and progressed in life. When they come in and they see you working in there, and you don't have this big rep no more, you don't have this bad boy rep, or this fear that people have you to have of you, or this reputation that people have of you, it's gonna hurt you. Not like it's gonna hurt the average person, because the average person never had no big name and people looking up to them, and you know, people thinking that they're some gangster and this, that, and the other. So they don't care, you know, if money's got to be made, they will work anywhere, they will work here, work there, and so forth, because at the end of the day, you know, things have to be paid. But you now, like, it's gonna hurt you extra hard because you had all this street fame and stuff like that, and now other people are gonna see you working a normal job, like everyone else, yeah. And he was the one that was always bunking school. He was always skipping college, or just playing cards or on your phone in the common room and so forth, you know. And you tried to make it look like you had life, sorted out because maybe you had a nice vehicle, maybe you had some like jewelry, maybe you had, was it girls and this, that, and the other and so forth. And people used to see you as like a street like legend or street, celebrity. And then when all that gets stripped away from you, and then just working like a normal person, then it's gonna hit. It's gonna be hard for you because your ego is gonna be stripped away. So this is some advice. Yeah, this is just some advice. And I'm not looking down on anyone. I made a million one mistakes, that I'm ashamed of now. I wasn't ashamed of it before, but you just don't need to go on a daily basis in and out of court, in and out of probation, in and out of community service, and in and out of jail. You don't have to. Speak to anyone who's done 10 years in jail, 20 years in jail, 30 years in jail. Just speak to anyone who's done a long stretch in jail. Just ask them, is it worth it? Because really, at the end of the day, what are you getting from road? Yeah, the most you're getting from road is a nice vehicle, and most people ain't even getting either a nice car or a nice bike, and most people are not even getting that. So really, all you're getting is maybe some jewelry, maybe or some clothes, yeah, or some like name brand trainers. That's it. You're not really getting nothing out of it. People are not making nothing off road. I say it all the time, and it might bore you. The average tradesman, yeah, plumber, electrician, scaffolder, uh, all these people, take 10 of them and take 10 roadmen. I guarantee you, the electricians, the plumbers, the scaffolders, on a yearly basis, are killing the roadman. On a monthly basis, they're killing the roadman. I say even on, on a daily basis. Most of them are making more than most roadmen, because most roadmen are not disciplined, are not serious, are living for the day. They wake up at 12, watch some YouTube, bottle spliff, listen to music, and then they start shotting their weed or doing their crime. There's no structure, and I'm not saying they should have structure. I would even say the average person that works at Tesco's or Sainsbury's on a yearly basis are making much more than a roadman, because roadmen don't have shifts, they don't have constructive consistency, they don't have constructive like plan, nothing. And I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying that they should be, organized and consistent in doing crime and stuff like that, because it's wrong, it's immoral. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'll just say that whatever you're, no pair of train, no nice vehicle, no motor car, no bike, no designer clothes, designer name clothes, no name brand trainers, no jewellery is worth being locked in a room a little bit bigger than a toilet for 23 hours a day with another man, smelling his fart, smelling his poo, like it's just not, it doesn't add up.